Alright lads, so today we have some exciting news that kind of came out of nowhere because Bleach is Soul Resonance. A game that was announced at this point over 2 years ago in July of 2023 is finally releasing. It's including a global launch and the launch will be next month? What? Now, this is absolutely crazy news to me because I've been, again, following this game since July of 2023. I've been playing this game anytime I possibly can through all the beta tests that have been happening. And I've also been following the news of the very unfortunate development situation that has been going on surrounding this game. If you don't remember, again, back in around December time of 2023, ByteDance, who owned Nuverse at the time, who is making this game, they were told to stop working on all unreleased games because ByteDance just didn't want to have a gaming site, something like that. I'm not like too educated on the matter, but all I'm aware is that they were told to stop working on all unreleased games, and that is why, for the most part, despite the game being announced around 2 years ago, it's not been out yet. That's the reason why there's been complete silence, especially on the global side of the game, and it's been quite unfortunate, but at the same time, it's very fortunate that the game is even releasing. So to see the game actually release later next month, but alongside that with global, is actually kind of cool. Is actually kind of cool. Now, with that said, there's also a very weird situation that is currently going on. So what you are seeing right now is that we are on the English/global website, but you might have also noticed that if you saw the trailer that was posted yesterday announcing that the game is happening globally and you can pre-register right now, if you went to the website, you'll be greeted with this particular screen, not available in your region. And it's kind of unfortunate because a lot of people are now going to get the impression that it's not available in their region when it does officially launch November 21st. But I think the thought process right now, if we scroll down, right, is that we are going to be getting a closed beta test in literally 5 days time. Hopefully I can get into it and make content on it once more. But there will be a beta test on the 16th to the 23rd. That'll be the final beta test before, again, Global's launch. But what you can see here is that it's only currently available in Thailand, Indonesia, Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau. So if you are wondering why you can't access the website, you need to be in one of these particular countries. Or, of course, use a VPN. So I think the thought process now is that the website is just locked to these particular countries while the beta test is going to be happening. Once the test is done, I think they're going to open it up. That way, then everyone can get access to the website, pre-register, and get ready for what is potentially going to be a global launch in November 21st, which is, again, absolutely crazy that it's coming out so soon. Don't think it was entirely the best idea to have complete radio silence for like a year and a half and then announce the global version that's coming out a month at a time. Bit too short notice in my opinion. But, maybe after, again, the beta test does happen, they're going to start go crazy in promotion. And hopefully soon we can get official confirmation in what countries this game will be available, despite it technically, again, releasing globally. I think as of right now, it has been stated to release in over 200 countries. So there is a good chance you will be able to play this game on November 21st. But with that, since I have access to the website right now, we can have a look at what you might potentially be getting when the game does release. So really impressive numbers that you are seeing here, by the way. The game does have over 12 million pre-registrations already, and that has been, counted over the last 2 years since it was announced back in 2023. Now, to be fair, most of these numbers are from the China side. All available countries have now had their numbers combined, and the main goal is to get 15 million. And pretty much what you are looking at here is around 400 summon currency. These are the spiritual jades. And you're also going to get around 20 assembly orders, which is going to be the summon tickets, which you can use in the default banner to get your first SSR. There are like 6 characters available, and you're guaranteed an SSR in 50 summons. So these summon tickets are actually very important, because the quicker you can get SSR, the better. There are actually some pretty good characters in that selection, but of course that selection will not include the limited characters like Bankai Ichigo and Bankai Toshiro that are soon going to release when Global does launch. There's some other items too, like for example, gold, some EXP material, and also evolution material. Nothing super crazy, but the main one is the spiritual jades and also the assembly orders, which is going to be your currency and also summon currency. We also have some updated artwork regarding the characters too. We can see mostly all playable characters from Karakura Town, the 13 Court Guard squads, and then also Soul Society. And not to nitpick it, but I would like to say 13 Court Guard squads should be part of Soul Society. Or more so, Yoruichi should not be here. She should be up with Team Karakura Town. You know, if Kisuke is included here, Yoruichi should be here. But these, for those that aren't already aware, are pretty much most of the playable characters that will be seen on the launch of the game. But there are a few characters missing. I've been informed that Gin, an SSR Gin, and SR Rangiku will be playable. So they also should be included, and there was talks of Aizen eventually happening maybe soon after the game does launch. But while we're here, if you did make it this far into the video, let me know what character you're most looking forward to playing with. For me personally, it is Yoruichi. I wasn't quite able to get her during the beta test that I currently played in, but maybe I can potentially play around with her during the next beta test. And I guess for characters that aren't listed here that could potentially be out in the future, like I mentioned, Aizen, right, I think is going to be quite a fun character to play around with. There is like a brief boss fight in the story game mode where you do come across an Aizen. That would be kind of cool if they translate that boss fight into an actual character. And Kenpachi is also interestingly enough missing here. He was available in the pre-alpha, which was available like 2 years ago. The way Yachiru worked, for example, was actually pretty much just strictly buffed Kenpachi. Kenpachi was a really good unit, but kind of an awkward character to play with, so I kind of had the impression that they kind of took him out the beta to fix him and repackage him later on and make him a much better character. For a character like Kenpachi, I think he does deserve that, to be honest. So yeah, there's not really much else to say. Pretty much that's all we have right now regarding this. Again, there will be a Resonant Prelude test on October 16th to the 23rd if you do live in these particular countries. If you do, it's first come, first served, so definitely try to get access to the game so you can get a little head start or play the game early more so. And it will be available for Windows and also Android. So I guess if you are wondering how can you play this game when it does officially release, the beta test is only on these particular devices, but the game will be available on iOS, Android, and also Windows. So when they mention Windows, by the way, it's a bit of a weird situation. First I've seen of it. And there is actually an app that you can see here. You can download it from their website once you do get access to it. And it works as a soft launcher to the game. So there is going to be a way to play it on PC. But from my knowledge, this is just a emulator still. It's not going to be an official PC port, but it is an official partner tie-in with LD Player, I believe. So you can play the game. It will be through an emulator. But it's also going to be like an official version, if that kind of makes sense. It's a weird situation. I've never seen anything like it. But I guess it's kind of cool for those that do want to play on PC, which of course does include me. And then yeah, after that, the next date to look forward to is going to be November 21st. Hopefully over the next week or two, they can start letting other countries into the website so we can all pre-register and reach that 15 million milestone. We're definitely not going to be able to do that if only 5 countries right now can access this website and also therefore pre-register. But like I said, apparently it's going to be available in over 200 countries, so that should likely include your country. The situation surrounding this is a tad bit weird, but hey, on the bright side, the game is launching. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, that in itself is kind of a miracle that is happening, considering what happened to the team back in December of 2023. And I think it's really cool that the game is also launching globally at the same time. I was kind of dreading the fact that global might have been months behind. That fortunately does not seem to be the case, but hopefully we can all play it on November 21st in our country without needing to use VPNs, because right now, again, it's just a bit of a weird situation. But it does seem to, again, be releasing globally in over 200 countries November 21st. So yeah, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just trying to keep you updated surrounding the news regarding Soul Resonance. Make sure you are subscribed if you do want to see more news, because we will be covering the game when it does release and going over all the news that we do get leading up to the game's release too. Hope you guys enjoyed the video though. See you guys next time. Take care and peace.